Hi, it's Logan from Sleepopolis.com, and today I'm going to be comparing the original purple mattress to the new purple mattress, which comes in purple 2, 3, and 4 versions. Now, throughout this review, I am only going to be reviewing the purple 3, but I will mention briefly the purple 2 and 4. If you're looking for more information on those models, you can check out my standalone review of the new purple mattress. You just Google Sleepopolis and purple 2, 3, and 4 review if you're looking for that. Now, throughout this comparison, I'm going to put the mattresses through a few different tests and give some general recommendations at the end of the review. But if there are some questions you have that I don't answer during the video portion, or you're looking for a personal recommendation, please feel free to leave a note in the comment section below with some information about yourself and some of your sleep preferences, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Now, I'm going to start out the review by taking a look at the construction of the original purple mattress. So I'll begin with the cover, which is a polyester blend. It is pretty breathable, which is going to help airflow through it for temperature regulation and cooling. It's also pretty stretchy, as you can see here, which means you don't have to worry about it bunching up when you're rolling around and changing positions during the middle of the night. So now let's take a look underneath the cover at the layers of the mattress. Now we're taking a look at the construction of the original purple mattress. As you can see, it's made of 3 different layers. The top layer, or the comfort layer, is made of Purple's proprietary hyper-elastic polymer. Now, it's set up in this grid structure, so as you press in, you kind of collapse the sides of the grid, which kind of allows you to sink in for pressure relief, contouring to your body. It has a really quick response to pressure, so it has some bounce to it, and you're not going to feel stuck in the mattress when you're changing positions. Now, below that, there is a layer of polyfoam. Now, this layer is going to allow you to, sink in a little bit more, but it is pretty firm. It acts as a transition from the comfort layer on top down to the base below, which is also a high-density polyfoam. This really acts to support the layers above it, as well as some deep compression support to the sleeper on top of the mattress. It also provides the mattress with its shape and really acts as the foundation of the purple. Looking at the construction of the new purple mattress, the comfort layer is also made of that hyper-elastic polymer grid. This is the proprietary material that makes the purple mattress a purple. Now, the difference here is for the purple 2, it is a 2-inch layer of that hyper-elastic polymer. The purple 3 is a 3-inch layer. The purple 4 is a 4-inch layer, which gives a bit of a different feeling for all 3 mattresses. It's a very, again, bouncy material, and as you apply pressure, the sides of the walls of these cells kind of collapse to contour to your body. Now, below that, there is a thin layer of polyfoam, which acts as a transition between the comfort layer and the support layer. Now, wrapped around the entirety of the support layer is a high-density polyfoam edge support, which is going to allow you to sleep all the way to the sides of the bed, make it feel a little bit bigger. Now, behind the edge support layer is a pocketed coil system, which provides support to the sleeper. Now, pocketed coils are nice because they provide some bounce. They are individually wrapped, so it's going to be a little bit better at motion isolation than a traditional inner spring mattress. Another advantage of such a tall support layer of pocketed coils such as this is that it creates airspace in the mattress, which is going to help with airflow for temperature regulation and cooling. Now, below that, we have just another thin piece of high-density polyfoam, which is going to act as kind of the base of the mattress. Really just gives those 7.5-inch pocketed coils something to push off of. Now that we've seen what makes up the original purple mattress, it's time to get an idea for the feel and firmness of it. So I'm going to start by pressing into the cover. The first thing I feel is that hyper-elastic polymer comfort grid. Contours around my hand, but has a really quick response to pressure, providing a really bouncy mattress. So I'm going to lie down on my back. Now, in this position with my weight evenly distributed, I do feel my hips sinking into the mattress a little bit, but it's filling in the space beneath my lower back, which is really nice for back sleepers. As I roll around, that quick response to pressure for the hyper-elastic polymer is really nice, so I don't feel stuck in the mattress at all. I can change positions really easily. So I kind of move all the way over here to the side of the mattress, check the edge support. Now, for those of you that sleep with a partner, you know that edge support can be important because it makes the bed feel a little bit bigger if you can sleep all the way to the side. Here you can see how the contouring of the comfort grid kind of goes around my body, how it allows you to sink in for pressure relief in certain areas. As I roll onto my side here, now, side sleepers are going to want to be extra conscious of pressure. the increased weight concentration over lower surface area pushes them further into the mattress, so side sleepers tend to prefer softer mattresses that allow them to sink further in for pressure relief. Now the comfort grid on the purple mattress does a good job of allowing you to sink in and kind of giving way to pressure where it's needed. In my opinion, the original purple here has kind of a medium firmness, so for those of you that are really strict side sleepers, you may need a little bit more ability to sink further into the mattress. But one of the benefits of this grid is that it does kind of distribute your weight around evenly, depending on where the comfort grid kind of collapses the walls. So I'm going to roll onto my stomach. Now, stomach sleepers tend to prefer firmer mattresses, keep the hips from sinking in, keep the spinal line in a good position. Again, I find that the original purple mattress does have a medium firmness to it, so I don't really feel like my hips are sinking too far into the mattress. But if you are a bit bigger, that might be a little bit different. You might feel that your hips are going to sink in, throw your back out of alignment. So, I did have a few other people test out the purple mattress to check the firmness of it. So if you're interested in a wider variety of opinions on the firmness of this mattress, you can check out the written review at sleepopolis.com. Now to talk about the feel and firmness of the new purple mattress. As I press into the cover, the first thing I feel is that hyperelastic polymer grid. As I add pressure, I can feel the sides of those grids kind of collapsing a contour around my hand. As I lie down on my back here, it does a good job of evenly distributing my weight across the surface of the mattress, keeps my spine in a good alignment. I definitely feel like I'm more on top of the new purple than in it, so I'm able to move around really easily. I don't feel stuck in the mattress. So get really close to the edge, I do feel the high density polyfoam edge support layer. It's doing a good job of supporting me over here, making sure it doesn't collapse and I don't roll out of bed. Now, as I roll onto my side here, side sleepers tend to prefer softer mattresses because they allow them to sink in for pressure relief. A lot of side sleepers complain about pressure points forming at the shoulders and the hips. That's because as you have a higher weight concentration over lower surface area, you push further into the mattress. You tend to interact with the support layers a bit more, which tend to be a bit firmer. All of the purple mattresses are pretty good for side sleepers, as that hyperelastic polymer grid does allow you to sink in for pressure relief. In terms of firmness, the original purple and the purple 3 have around a medium firmness, that's 6 to 6.5 out of 10 range. The purple 2, in my opinion, has more of a 7 to 7.5 out of 10 range. And the purple 4 has more of like a 5, 5.5, so a little bit softer firmness. For side sleepers, the combo back and side sleepers, the purple 3 will allow you to sink in for some pressure relief. If you're a bit bigger or really like to sink into bed, the purple 4 might be a better option for you. So now I'm going to roll onto my stomach. Stomach sleepers are kind of the opposite of side sleepers. They tend to prefer firmer mattresses, keeping the hips up and the spine in a good alignment. The purple 3 that I'm on right now is kind of that medium firmness. I feel like it is doing a pretty good job of keeping my hips up. However, if you are a strict stomach sleeper or maybe a bit bigger, you might need a firmer feel to it. So the purple 2 might be a better option for you, as it's going to really keep your hips from sinking into the mattress, keep your spine aligned in a good position. But everyone can feel the firmness a bit differently, so I had a few other people test the firmness of all these mattresses. You can check out the ratings there and a little bit more detailed description and the feel of all these mattresses on the written review at sleepopolis.com. Just to give you a quick idea of the bounce on the original purple mattress, I have this 10-pound steel ball. I'm dropping it here. As you can see, there's some good bounce to it. That hyperelastic polymer grid does have that quick response to pressure, provides some bounce to the mattress so you can move around and change positions. Now, we're also going to run a quick motion transfer test. Basically, I have a seismometer on one side of the mattress where someone might be sleeping. On the other side, I'm going to drop the same ball from heights of 4, 8, and 12 inches, simulate someone rolling around in the middle of the night or getting into and out of bed. And the results you're going to see on screen are going to represent the disturbance transferred across the mattress. And now that we have those results on screen, you can see that You know, there is a pretty good amount of motion transfer across the purple mattress. It is a bouncy mattress, so that's not that surprising. This is pretty much what I expected for the motion isolation on the purple. Just to run a quick bounce test on the new purple mattress, as you can see, it is a really bouncy mattress. That quick response to pressure of the hyperelastic polymer combines with the pocketed coil system to create a really bouncy bed. Now we're also going to run the quick motion isolation test here as well, dropping from heights of 4, 8, and 12 inches. And now with the results up on screen, you can see that there is quite a bit of motion transferred across the surface of the new purple mattress. Because it is so bouncy, that's pretty much to be expected. Bouncy mattresses tend not to be as good at isolating motion as, say, like a memory foam mattress would be. A lot of people buying a mattress are going to want to know if they're going to feel like they're sitting on top of or sinking into the mattress. So to test this, I have the Sinkage Test set up, in which we use 4 balls of varying sizes, weights, and densities, simulate different body parts, and check to see how far into the mattress they go. So we have the 6-pound medicine ball, it's filled with sand, simulates a lighter body part. This 10-pound steel ball, it's the densest ball we used during this test. 50-pound medicine ball, it's also filled with sand, simulates kind of a heavier portion of your body. Finally, the 100-pound medicine ball, if you're a bit bigger, simulates kind of the center of your body. And in terms of sinkage on the original purple mattress, we have 1 inch for the 6-pound medicine ball, 2 inches for the 10-pound steel ball, 4 inches for the 50-pound medicine ball, and 5.5 inches of sinkage for the 100-pound medicine ball. Now these are pretty close to average, maybe a little bit below average for the 100-pound medicine ball in terms of how much sinkage into the mattress. So one thing I do want to note is that because of the quick response pressure from that hyperelastic polymer, you're able to move around really easily. You don't feel stuck in the mattress, so you do sink in for pressure relief, but don't feel stuck in the mattress. Now taking a look at the sinkages on the new purple mattress. On the purple 3, the 6-pound ball has 1 inch of sinkage, 2 inches on the 10-pound steel ball, 4 inches on the 50-pound medicine ball, and 6 inches on the 100-pound medicine ball. Now these are pretty average when I test out different mattresses. In terms of the purples 2 and 4, we can put the results for the sinkage tests of those up on screen now. And as you can see, there is pretty similar sinkage across the board, with a little bit less for the purple 2 in the heavier weight range, and a little bit more for the purple 4 in the heavier weight range. All in all, it's not that much different of a sinkage when compared to the original purple. For the purple 3, this kind of goes along with the firmnesses we felt for the firmness tests on all the different mattresses. And again, because of that quick response to pressure from the hyperelastic polymer, you're not going to really feel stuck in the mattress even though you are sinking in for pressure relief. Just to give you some basic information, all of the purple mattresses come with a 100-night trial period, a 10-year warranty, and they all ship free. The difference is the original purple does arrive compressed in a bag, and the new purple mattresses do not compress. Now, reasons I would recommend any of the purple line is for the pressure relieving benefits of the hyperelastic polymer grid, as it does allow you to sink in for pressure relief. I would also recommend it if you're looking to sleep cool, as the hyperelastic polymer is a temperature neutral material. And finally, I would recommend it for its durability, as it is built to last. Now, reasons I might like the new purple mattress a bit better is because of the extra support from the pocketed coil system, as well as if you're looking for a really bouncy mattress, the combination of the polymer grid and the pocketed coil system does a good job of creating a really bouncy mattress. Now, reasons I might like the original purple a bit better is that it is a little bit less expensive. The queen size version of the original purple comes in at $999. The purple 2 queen size is $1,599. The queen size of the purple 3 is $2,199. The queen size of the purple 4 comes in at $2,799. So that is quite a bit of price difference depending on the model. I would also recommend the original purple because maybe you like a compressed mattress a bit better. Depending on your living arrangement, it might be easier to get into your house. Some reasons I would maybe not recommend any of the purple mattresses is that the polymer feel is not for everybody. If you are looking for more of a traditional feel, I would say that maybe the hyperelastic polymer grid is not for you. Now, those are some general recommendations, but if you are looking for a personal recommendation, please feel free to leave a note in the comment section below with some information about yourself and some of your sleep preferences, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, if your mattress buying search has just begun, please Google Sleepopolis, a mattress buying guide. It's going to have a ton of information in there that's going to get you up to speed on what you should be looking for in your perfect mattress. And finally, please subscribe to the Sleepopolis YouTube channel, as we're going to keep putting out more content that's going to help you get a better night's sleep. So that's it for the review today. I hope it was helpful. Have a nice day.